Hello everyone, Gaara here and welcome to a brand new deck tech video. Today I'm gonna talk about my updated version of Control Paladin, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So this is my updated list compared to my previous Paladin deck tech video. There's plenty of changes. For instance, I'm not running the Hammer of Wrath anymore. I have definitely a more greedy list, but I think this is overall also pretty solid against aggressive decks and just overall a very powerful controlled paladin list. Why this list? What did I change? So the most important thing, or the core, is definitely the Curator and the Curator package, and I like to play the same kind of Murlocs, Beasts and Dragons. So when I play the Curator, so I know exactly what I draw. At times I had one Golakka in my deck and one Kodo, you know, one Primordial Drake and one Ysera. But for instance, when I face a token shaman and I have a Curator on 7, I want to set it up to find then my Primordial Drake and then clear the board, right? Or just work with that. But if I have an Ysera and a Primordial Drake in my deck, then it's a 50-50 chance to get what I want, and that's oftentimes very problematic. The same goes for if you play one Ironbeak Owl in the deck, for instance, as a beast. I like the Kodos, so I go for the double Kodo and, you know, one Drake and double Hydrologist, so I know exactly what I get when I look for it. First of all, I went away from the double Golakka and now I'm playing double Kodo. The Golakkas were really weird. They're good versus aggro rooks, but they're not that good. Oftentimes you're in a really weird spot where you draw Doomsayer and Golakka, and then your opponent plays Swashbuckler and gets a Patches, and then you have to decide, you know. And if you go for Golakka, then when do you use your Doomsayer? It felt like it was too much. I had in many situations both of them. And a lot of aggressive decks are going now away again from the Patches package just because of the popularity of Golakka. And against control decks, Golakka is just a bad card. And another very awkward spot was that in most Control Paladin lists, you don't play 5-drops. And I really like playing Curve. And the Kodo is just really powerful. This is like a card very few Control Paladin lists play, even in Ungoro. But it was always good for me. So against aggressive decks, you can play your stuff and take out stuff in Curve. You can play the Truesilver on 4, you can play the Stonehill on 3, you can take out stuff, and then usually you have a target with the Kodo on 5, and it works so well with the Aldor Peacekeeper. If you're Aldor, a big Von Cleave or a Giant, they still have a remaining 1-8. There's no good way for a Paladin to take that out, and if you leave up a 1-8, they can now just play the Bone Mare and buff it again. So you really have to take out everything, and the Kodo really helps with that. And if people play Finja, for instance, you can just win the game if you hit that. Past turn 8 you have the infamous Aldor Kodo combo, which I absolutely love. And again, it is a beast, so with the Curator you find that. That's also another thing, because the Golakka is a 2-drop against aggressive decks, you always keep it. Makes your Curator obviously worse. But on top of it, finding a Golakka from the Curator in late game is really weak. When do you want to draw a Golakka past turn 7? Against which matchup? There's not a single matchup, so it's basically just drawing. Yes, you draw a lot of cards, but a bad card. So the Kodo is always good in late game. The same goes for the Hydrologist. If you draw that as well, it's just super powerful at any point of the game. The same goes for the Primordial Drake. The Lich King, Ragnaros, I think they're extremely powerful, and I like that a lot. Lich King can just beat any deck. If you get some nice RNG there, you can just steal a win from a Priest, for instance, if you get the anti-magic shell and then they suddenly can't kill your board anymore. Yes, there's a lot of RNG involved, but the card is just super powerful and can just win you the game if you're lucky. The other late game cards are just pretty standard. I play Ivory Knights. What I noticed is that, yeah, I like healing, man. A lot of people just cheese out wins against Control Paladin because they know there's no forbidden healing in the deck. So I lost to Priests that have no more cards, but I couldn't pressure them enough, and they just keep pinging face, and I run out of healing and then I lose. So right now I'm testing the double Ivory Knight. It's been pretty good so far. The Wickerflame Burnbristle again, just same with the Rag, the most good healing cards that you can run, and pretty well-rounded list. I'm really happy with every single card. And double Skulking Geist, yeah, man, screw Jade Druids. Like, you can't win that matchup without the Skulking Geist. And there's two ways you can improve the consistency at drawing the Skulking Geist. One would be to include more card draw cards to cycle your deck faster and then find it more often, or just include two. And I really don't like the card draw cards that are available to the Paladin. Like, you have Lay on Hands, besides the Curator, and Acolyte of Pain, and the other ones are just way too bad. Against Priests, the Acolyte gets silenced, gets stolen by the Potion of Madness, and Lay on Hands is just super slow. I just ended up playing two, because it's too frustrating losing to Jade Druid because you didn't draw your Skulking Geist. It feels so stupid, so this is my current list. Also against Priests, the body is not bad. There's actually a lot of matchups where you find targets for the Skulking, so it's really not that awful. It's kind of like, you know, attack card for the meta, because the meta is definitely slower than before. So this is my current list. I hope you guys like it. I'm also gonna show you some gameplay, and I'll be back right after. Druid. Let's go. Ooh, sometimes lucky. Alright. That's like okay. I have like the Doomsayer and I have the Skulking Geist. These two are a little bit clunky. That's not what you wanna see when you have the Geist in hand.
Reporting for duty.
Kinda expected this guy. This is great. Gives me another play. These two have like great synergy. I think this is what makes the Wickerflame so good in Control Pally. That it fits kinda well with the Hydrologist in curve. Kind of forces your opponent to kill it, then you replay it, gives you a lot of healing. It just blocks his turn completely. This gives me a refill. Oh, naturalize as well. Interesting. I think I played anyways.
The menagerie is for guests only.
So don't draw them. Now I have like an equality enabler, seems pretty good. I don't overdraw, so I think this is fine. I like this. Just to play something on board which he has to kill, and then I want him to play more minions. So I can Primordial Equality. The trait is wrong, he should just go face. It's not the best equality. I would like to see more Jades. Draw last. So 5 Jade cards are gone, there's 4 left. The board is too threatening. So the next Jades I kinda have to kill with cards like Hammer Breath and Truesilver. He's going all in here. So 2 more Jade cards. So he has two more Jade Blossoms and that's it. I prefer these against single target threats, and if I only expect 2 Jade Blossoms from him as the remaining threats, then I can just go for my second equality in that spot because he had a full board, and then save the Sunkeeper for the individual big minions. So he used 2 at the same time, so definitely like this. I killed the bigger one in case he silences it. And that should be it. Rip Jade Druid. That's it for today's tactic video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I'll be back tomorrow with another video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you know when I'm going to upload another video. Thanks so much for watching once again. See you guys tomorrow and peace.